Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Dungeon Universalis. Now, we're in a crypt looking for a gem, some mighty artifact which will basically help us to save the world. And right now, the dark player is a little bit ahead when it comes to these, what's the name? Achievement points. He's got 13, we got 9. But we're following these house rules, so it's a little easier for me to get these points. And in the end, the idea is to kind of subtract or add that to the value points here. So for example, at the moment, we would add 4 points here at the moment we enter the main room. So basically the boss would have 2 additional life points, which is a bit of a problem anyway, because right now it seems like, because this is my first encounter, until now only traps have been played. So therefore he didn't spend too many of these points, which is a problem because in the end, the less points the artificial player spends during the quest, the more points he will have then to kind of improve his the boss, and that's obviously not good. Okay, so right now we're gonna have a perception test here. We got these 3 skeletons coming out of the water, you know, and yeah, they basically, one of them, this guy here, has a bow, a short bow, and the others have a broadsword and an improvised shield. So overall, it shouldn't be too hard to fight these guys. Pretty weak, but we'll see. Of course, a lot depends on the dice here. So we go with the first roll, the perception roll here, initiative roll. Okay, that was a horrible roll. And yeah, so what can we do now? Okay, so first of all, I can re-roll the 1 because of the links. So let's do that. That's not great, but it's a 5. And now I'm gonna force these guys to also re-roll their roll. And I got a pretty good, I think I got a +3, maybe even a +2 or +3. So maybe I'm lucky. Okay, so they got an 8. So that means now we got to calculate a little bit. So I get a +1 from the dog, a +1 from the sharp senses, and a +1 to the ambush. So that means it's we're even. And now I'm not sure. I think the higher intelligence wins, and that's where these guys don't shine. So let's see. Okay, yeah, actually the player with the highest intelligence wins, and I got a 3, so therefore I was really lucky. I won that. I was close. But the funny thing is now, because both of my dice have a higher result than his intelligence, that means they are caught off guard, all of them. So that means I can actually kind of do it like this. And I might even want to bring them a little bit closer, because in this way it's easier for me to reach them. So let's see. I'm gonna attack the guy, the shooter first, the guy with the bow. And I'm gonna use my silver arrow. Okay, that's a hit. And I'm allowed to roll 5 dice because it was a critical hit. And because of the silver arrow, which I can use once per combat, his combat strength is reduced, or his armor is reduced by 1. And actually I forgot to roll for courage because of the fearsome situation. But it would have been a hit anyway, so, but let's see first. Okay, so the guy is killed. That was pretty easy. He only has 3 life points. So he's dead. And get a second roll. But first I'm going to roll now for courage. I got a 4. Okay, that was no problem at all. And then we're going to roll. We're going to attack, I don't know, maybe this guy here. Okay, so that is a 7. And he's also with his back to me, and that means I got 4 dice again. This time I need a 3+ to hit. Okay, so he's also dead, so we managed to kill him with my first 2 shots. So yeah, that wasn't too hard. And then I'm gonna move in, and I guess I'm simply gonna move here. And now the dwarf moves in 1, 2, and he attacks from behind. So that gives him also a +1 modifier. They both have a -1 because of the difficult terrain. But yeah, so it shouldn't be a big deal here. Oh God. Okay. I mean, it was good enough. Oh, I could have actually used my fast attacks and I didn't. But it's still, I mean, this is clearly a win for me. I also forgot to roll for courage, but this should not be an issue because I got a 5 here and the guy only has a 3. So even with the courage, I would have won that. And now, see. Yeah, I got a katana, so that means I only have... No, that's heavy armor or shield. So they use a shield, although it's only an improvised shield. But they can't use it because I attack from behind, which also gives me... So anyway, I can use 7. I can roll 7 dice, I think. That should be good enough. One more. No, I think we're already... Yeah, okay, that's it. They're done. Okay, that wasn't too hard. And yeah, I mean, great. So that means I get 3 points here. So it's 1, 2, 3. And now the other guys can enter and search the room. And we want to, of course, open the chest over there. If I remember that right, we're going to enter the next turn. And she still has the dexterity potion. So that means she moves now 1, 2. That's difficult terrain. 3, 4, 5. And now she's allowed to try to open the chest. So first we got to roll a die and see if there's a trap here. That is not the case. And now I'm going to need to pass a dexterity test. So I'm going to need a 7. Let's see. Fuck that up. Okay, that's not good. But I don't really want to spend fortune, to be honest. So I think we're going to try to open that chest by force. No, actually, I think I'm going to do that on my way back. There is no real reason to do this right now. It will probably only cause us trouble. I should have done that right away. I should have moved here and not toward the chest. That was... I mean, if I could have opened that chest, it would have given me an extra point. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there for now. And so we go into the next turn basically, and we're gonna position ourselves. Gotta run over here because of the difficult terrain. I cannot move there and then reveal the next section. That's not possible. So this guy also runs here. I gotta roll whatever, but nah. Okay, and this guy or this lady moves here, and we're gonna move this guy here, and then we go into the next turn, and then we're gonna reveal the section. So first let's see if there are traps. That's not the case, so let's see what we find. Okay, so we revealed this corridor over there, which means we can now roll again if we meet an encounter here, and there's no encounter. Okay, so yeah, which means we can simply now continue moving. 1, 2, wait a minute, maybe I start with this guy. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and then she can move here. We have a trap door right there. She can go there, and this guy moves here, I guess, and the dog 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. So that's that, and next turn. The way I see it, this is the other area. That's here where we show up. So I'm simply going to lose a turn, and now I will end up here. And when the other guys, they're basically now during this turn all in the trapdoor, and they also have now the chance to basically come out here in this turn. That's the way I see it. It's a little bit tricky, but I think that's how it should work. So now we're going to roll a die for an encounter. And yes, this time we have one. So let's see what we find. Enemy spotted. Wow. Okay. So that means we gotta spawn a bunch of creatures. Okay, that's a 6. 2 Barrow guardians with broadsword and shield. Okay, I don't really have matching miniatures. I'm gonna take these guys here. They look not really like that, but okay. I mean, they are pretty horrific. And they're gonna place one there, and the other one there, and oh, no, not exactly. So they are here, of course. All right. And she is, at the moment, she's alone, but the others basically can just jump out of this trapdoor. But right now, okay, they got a -1 perception. Now that's good. So that shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, okay, we win that. So again, wow, they have a very, let's see, that's broadsword and shield. So I think they also have a chainmail. I think that is kind of their standard. So I think they have a chainmail. So that's again a good time for my silver arrow to reduce their armor by 1. And of course I'm going to use my fast shooting, and by now the dexterity potion is gone. So yeah, I'm going to shoot against this guy here. I'm going to have a -1 modifier because of the distance. And the undead fear some staggering. So that means I got to roll again my courage test here. Oh boy. So that was a good one. Sad that that was not for the That's a shame that wasn't for the... I'm not even sure immune to effects of success. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, so that was pretty good, because from now on we don't have to roll for fearsome, except if it's a leader. Because these are champion creatures, and once you kind of manage to get rid of your fear from champion creatures in this adventure, you don't have to roll again. That's kind of cool. So that means now we can do an attack, and I think we have a -1 modifier here. But that should be okay. I'm gonna attack the guy, I don't know, the one here who is back there. Oh no, that's a blunder. Horrible. So I gotta re-roll that one. That gives, of course, this guy, that goes up to 20. Okay, that's much better. 11, that gives me 5 dice. Now we need a 4+ to hit. They got 5 life points, so these guys are pretty tough. Oh, awesome. So these are 4 hits. That's very, very good. So that means he's actually wounded. So -1 to all his values, or I mean not armor or something, but fighting values and that kind of stuff. And yeah, then I'm gonna do a second shot, and there's a good chance I can kill him now, I think. Yeah. Is that gonna be good enough? I'm not sure. Let's calculate that quickly. We got a 5. That's a good question. +1. If his group wins the initiative, characters with ambush may re-roll their first failed attack roll. Now I think I cannot use that roll again. I don't remember the initiative. I think actually I could have placed these. I think they were caught off guard. That's a little late for that now. Fuck it. I think I missed here. I mean, I think they were caught off guard, and then I would have gotten a +1 modifier again, and then I would have probably won that. But as I said, it's a little late for that now. I think I cannot use the ambush. It says the first failed attack, but I think what it means is when the first attack fails, you can re-roll that and not, you know. So I think I think that one is a miss. I'm not totally positive, but yeah, you know, let's not cheat too much here. So I'm gonna step aside, and now the dwarf jumps out here. He's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to try to attack this guy here. He's going to use his fast attacks against him. And now let's see. Does he have a shield? I think he does. So therefore, you know what? I think I'm going to go with the double-headed axe instead. And then I'll show him. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Actually, he should have... No, this ignores shields. Okay, cool. So, yeah. So he could not have... he could not have used his shield even if he would have been facing me. I think these... Okay, anyway, let's kick it off. Oh yeah, that is fantastic. That's a 10, so that's definitely a hit. He might try to... That's even doubles. So that's the tricky fighter. So that means his armor is now also reduced by 1. That's very cool. Yeah, that's very, very good because of my tricky fighter ability. If I hit with doubles, he's in a ton of trouble. So now let's see if... That's a funny rhyme. So then now let's see if he can block this. On a 5 or 6, I guess, yeah, he can block it. And he couldn't. Very good. So now this guy, as I said, he is in a ton of trouble. So I can, wow, I can reduce his armor by 2 because the axe allows me to reduce it by 1. And the tricky fighter ability reduces it by another 1. So now he only has an armor of 3, and I can roll 6 dice. So, well, with a little bit of luck, I can do quite some damage here. Okay, that's awesome. I mean, these are, yeah, he's dead. It's 5 hits, so the guy is killed. Insane. Wow, I mean, that was pretty good. Okay, and now this guy here goes into berserk mode, and he also goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he actually has, yeah, he's got a movement of 5. So he can go here, and then he will attack this guy. Can attack him twice. He's wounded, so he's got a -1 on combat value. I also have a -1 because of the berserker mode, but I have a higher combat value than he does. So let's see. Okay, that wasn't good. Second attack. Yeah, that's good. Very good. Okay, so if things go... Oh, he could try to block, actually. He's got a shield, so can try to block that. On a 5 or 6, he will be successful. Yeah, okay. Sadly, he can block that. So that wasn't so great. Fine. Okay, great. So then, it's the dark player's turn. And he's allowed to roll the die, and we have to roll this die twice. Oh no, it's actually not true. It's still my turn. I don't know. I can still do things. I can do a lot of things, actually. So I can start with him, for example, now. He has... so he can move up to 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he moves here. He can do that because... Oh, I think he can't. Can he move in between these two guys? That's a good question. I think he can't do it. Huh. I had no idea if he can do that. I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think he can do this. Now, I'm not sure if I want to use my magician instead. It's probably the easiest thing. No big risk. You know what? I'm going to do that. She simply moves in here, and then she casts maybe the brain damage. I think these guys are not terribly clever. Yeah, so she then uses the brain damage against him. It's probably totally overpowered. But it gives me an achievement point if I cast that spell. So I think it's reasonable to do that. So let's see. Oh boy. Okay, I mean, I should have. Okay, I should have done the courage test first, but okay. I mean, let's do it again. That was the courage test. Okay. So anyway, it's going to be 5 dice against an intelligence of 2. I mean, I only need to do 1 more damage. So okay. So that's it. The guy is dead. I think I forgot the courage test also with him. And he failed, but I think that didn't matter. I think he was doing pretty good anyway. So, but I got to remember that I still have to roll for courage with him in the future. But the dwarf, the scout, and the magician don't have any problems when it comes to these champion creatures or lower level creatures during this quest. So that means we get a point for the spell, and then we get 6 points for the creatures, and that brings us then to basically also to 20. I think we're even here. Now I think we're even. Cool. So now this guy moves in, 2, 3, 4, and then he's gonna search. He can do that. He's usually mercenaries can't, but he can because he's that special mercenary. He can perform exploring actions. So he searches the body. I'm not even sure if that's an exploring action or not. So I can roll 4 dice because these were 2 champion creatures. Okay, that gives me 1 buck. Not too great, but at least something. And now the dog, we're gonna place him here, I guess. Okay, cool. So that wasn't too bad. But I mean, the guy still has 36 points. I mean, that's horrible. Incredible. It's really hard to believe that he has, I mean, wow. I really hope that we're going to meet a couple of other creatures. Otherwise, you know, toward the end of the adventure, we're going to be in quite some trouble, I guess, then. Okay. That's it, I guess. Okay, so we go into the next turn. And now she moves simply here and try to reveal the next section. So I'm going to roll a die. And it's a trap. So let's see what we got. A stone wall. Okay, I think this one is actually not playable. Dark player places a wall of stone up to 2 squares of width that cuts the corridor transversely. No, because there's no door symbol down here. You can only do this in a corridor. So this card is simply discarded, and he gets 2 additional points. Not amused. Okay, but we can reveal the next section. We found a crypt here. Now, let's see what that says. Place 2 tombs adjacent to the wall of the section. I guess we already have that. One here and the other one here. At the beginning of the dark player's turn, each character in the section must roll 1d6. With each result of 6, a skeleton with a broadsword and leather armor will appear on one of the tombs. Skeletons spawned this way automatically lose the initiative roll. A maximum of 4 skeletons may appear in total in this section during the quest. Now I think that you do not have to pay for these guys. I think it's probably the same as the spider web. So therefore, I guess you don't have to pay any value points if these guys show up. But we still have to roll if we have a creature there, I guess. So let's see. And we do, and I can't say I'm unhappy with that. So, okay, that's a special creature. So let's see. Okay, dark player. So first, let's see what that means. Okay, we got a special creature here. So we're going to roll a die. Vampires may not appear. I've heard that already. Okay, that's a 5, I guess. And that means it's an undead champion. Okay. Because the special creature is the only one in that section, we're going to have to roll again. And we might get a second card. And that is not the case. So the guy is alone. And then we got to roll 3d6 to determine the extra skills that he has. Now look at that. I mean, this is a serious guy. Okay, so let's see. First he's got to spend 8 for this guy, which is good. So that brings him down to 40. And then, let's see, we got to roll 3 dice, and on a 1 or 2, the guy will have additional stuff. So that's a 2. That means he's getting the Shriek from the Underworld or the Aura. Now, usually you would start from left to right, but I like to randomize that a little bit. So on a 1 to 3, he's going to get the Shriek from the Underworld. Okay, so yeah, he's got that. So he's got to spend another 2. That will bring him to 38. Now that looks a little less frightening, but it's still pretty harsh. And yeah, okay. We got chainmail, claws, bastard sword. Okay, yeah. And undead, fearsome, invulnerable. Holy crap. The guy has 8 value points. Spell enhanced attack. What the fuck is that? All his weapons are considered enhanced by spells, so it ignores the skill invulnerable. Oh boy. Okay, now this is a serious guy. Yeah, he's definitely pretty tough. But it's got a -1 perception, so you know, honestly, I think I can deal with him. I wonder if I should simply take again this. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that miniature again. He's standing here at the bottom of the stairs. And, you know, I mean, yeah. I think I got good odds here that if things don't go terribly wrong, maybe the magician can do some serious damage here. We'll see. You know, actually, I think I want to load this up here. It's not that long, but I think that's okay. And yeah, we're going to go into the combat then in the next video. Hope to see you then. Bye.